Wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend if she regularly turns him down for sex. Kari, you also think that that's wrong. And Libby, you think that that's wrong. So those of you who think that that's wrong, you agree with the statement. Why is that?
I mean, it's a mutual thing. It's an act between two people. And if both people aren't in agreement of that, then at that time, I don't know. I think that it shouldn't be something that's forced upon her.
Yeah, I agree. So consent is crucial, but what I'm trying to get at here in the question, is it wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend if she regularly turns him down for sex? We both agree that consent is absolutely necessary, unequivocally.
Okay.
However, if she's not having sex with him, you're saying it's then wrong for him to dump her because of that.
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't want to have sex with him, then I think it's something that you need to get into the mood for. And it's if they're a partner, if she's saying that she doesn't want to have sex with him, maybe there's the reason. And if he dumps her because of strictly just not wanting to have, that she doesn't want to have sex with her, well, and that's his priority, then yeah, I mean.
But the key word is regularly, it continuously happens.
Regularly turns him down for sex.
I would think something is going on there, she doesn't like you or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
But then why is she in the relationship?
Exactly. Why are they in the relationship? Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. What if something happened? She got depressed or something happened in her life that now she doesn't really feel like having sex or something.
Maybe she's depressed because she's not having sex.
The chicken or the egg?
I don't know. If you ain't getting laid, it's... hey, sex is
sex is natural. People put so much pressure on sex, and I get it if it means something. I get it if it means something to you, but it doesn't have to mean something to everybody just because it means something to you. Sex is a natural thing. So if you get into a relationship, sex should be the bare minimum. You get into a relationship with somebody because I assume you like fucking them, because that's just something that you shouldn't settle for as a man or a woman. So when you get into a relationship with somebody, if they're withholding sex, which is the whole, one of the main reasons for being in a relationship is to have somebody that you can have fun with. If somebody is somebody that you can, have fun sexually with, I think it's okay to dump somebody for that, because you basically are
incompatible.
Yeah, you deceiving somebody, especially if it was about, if you got the sex in the beginning and you're not getting it now. Now you're just deceiving your partner.
You said it was wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend.
No, I agree. I agreed that was right.
You agree. No, but the statement is wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend if she regularly turns him down for sex. You circled it, indicating you agree that it's wrong.
Oh, well, I disagree then. I disagree with that.
Reading is important, guys.
Reading is essential.
I think that they should talk about it and figure it out first.
Yeah, sure.
And then if they can't if there's underlying issues that can't be fixed and the relationship is busted, then the relationship is busted. But if it's just solely based on sex alone, then there's a communication falter.
Let's assume that's the only problem.
Right.
So he goes to her, is babe, is something wrong? She's just no, I just don't want to. We have a different sex drive or whatever it is.
Boo.
And then he wants to have more sex. That's the only problem. And she regularly refuses him. And he says, babe, I want to have more sex. And she says, no.
I think that
under those circumstances, would it be wrong for him to end the relationship?
I feel like it's right at that point.
It says
he's not wrong.
If you're in a relationship and you have different preferences and it's going to come down to one person being unhappy and the other person being happy, you're not with the right person.
Exactly.
So I think it is fair at that point. But the way that it was stated, it made it sound like the guy she was rejecting him versus they had different sex drives. Well, because it did say.
Well, I mean, I added that, I guess, but wouldn't that make sense though? That there could be multiple reasons why she's rejecting him for sex, but I mean, I don't want to paint it like there's some other nefarious issues going on in the relationship. She's regularly turning him down for sex. It's just kind of that simple. But
seems like they're just
I guess my question is, what is the appropriate compromise in this situation? He wants more sex. She wants less sex. Does he defer to her? Does she defer to him? Do they meet in the middle? what's appropriate?
There is a possibility of both people getting what they want out of a relationship. If you're not getting what you want out of the relationship, then you don't need to be in it. It's that simple.
There's compromise too.
Yeah, there is compromise, but if you are sacrificing your principles or your morals or your beliefs or just anything as a basic natural right of having sex, then you don't need to be in that relationship, because you're lying to yourself and you're lying to your partner thinking that that's going to be okay for the rest of your relationship, because that's why the relationship ended in anyway.
I feel like that happens a lot with like when you date like bisexual people. Like they think, oh, they're okay with like just one person, like a woman or a man.
Correct.
But at the end of the day, they're not.
It's
like,
all fun and games and hot when you hear that a woman likes women, until you realize this woman is devoting her time to another woman. She's giving her body to another woman, and that intimidates you. And if you think that's going to intimidate you, then maybe you should rethink, your dating choices and your lifestyle.
I feel like I was gonna say the best thing to do is to have a conversation with your partner and to see what's up after like a while, like if they say no and no. And honestly, at a point you can just like walk away, because that's not what you want. Like you have to be happy too.
Correct.
I feel like when you're with the person for like many years, you should try to work as much as you can, but you shouldn't put your own like happiness at risk, because a lot of people, like you said, get like dopamine or like I don't know what the word was, out of like sex, right?
They get to see you.
Yeah.
You say dopamine?
No, I was trying to say I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I'm just trying to say that they should break up if they're not compatible.
What do you think on it?
Well, obviously my answer is from like a Christian worldview. So do I think they should be having sex in like if they're not married? No. But I guess if you're asking if I was not a Christian, I could understand why you would do that.
Well,
or
what
like
about in
in
marriage?
Yeah. I think that's where you have to compromise and be like, okay, the wife, you should then have more sex with your husband. And maybe it's not every time, and there's like a give and take and laying down each other's your wants for the other person, because two are becoming one. Now, I don't know like what the exact ratio of like 50-50 on compromising that, but I do think there's a duty for the woman to have sex with her husband. And sometimes that means for the guy too, maybe it's not that night. So I think it's just like mutual love and respect in that scenario.
I feel like adding what she said, I feel like when you agree on a relationship, you know what you're signing up for, right? If this person is like, oh, I'm saving myself for marriage, you shouldn't expect this person to like have sex with you without marriage, right? But if you're like having sex and like, years or whatever, and out of nowhere you're saying no constantly, something's going on. I don't know. That's wrong.
Switch. Karen, we have to hear from you, Miss Married.
Well, obviously, as you get older, your sex drive changes somewhat, but I don't know. I'm with you. I think as a wife, you need to fuck your husband. That's your job. Put that on your W-4. What did I do? I fucked my husband. So
there you go. There you have it. From the married woman at the table.
I have a question, Karen. Is the sex drive different from men, like older men, compared to older women? As like when they're age?
Like using my husband and I for an example. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. He's older now too. So.
But does he have like a higher sex drive than you? Or like?
No, we're about the same.
Okay.
When we first met, that's all we did. That's all we did. He was playing baseball, and I'd fly to go see him. But then as you go on, and we didn't even know each other. That's the only way we knew each other was in the sack, literally.
It was one night stand, right? That's how it started.
It was.
Relationships like that last longer.
No, I swear.
Like when there's sexual, so much sexuality between like tension or chemistry that lasts for a long time.
Yeah, and it wasn't until years later that we really, really got to know each other, and now we're best friends. And do we have sex 4 times a week like the Real Housewives do? No, because you know what? Nobody does.
Yeah,
that's a lie. That's a lie. People that are 60 that are telling you they're banging 5 times a week, they're not.
I mean, do you even want to at that point?
No, I plan to.
Yeah, people that, are comfortable with themselves sexually, they're, comfortable enough to sleep with somebody on the first night. I hear that those relationships last the longest because they not trying to fake the funk for nobody. They know they both want to have sex, and they both agree to it, and it's,
I did it because I got dumped. I had gotten dumped that day, and I met him in a bar, and my best friend was like, just, here's a handful of condoms. Just go do it.
The best way to get over
That's
it is
exactly
to get
what she said, and I had never done that. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can.
Wait, hold on. And wait, how long were you in that relationship? You said you got dumped that day, right?
I had gotten dumped that day, yes.
But how long was it?
Just a few months.
Couple months, boyfriend.
Just a few months. But it was like
dumped
a guy.
That day. go to the bar, handful of condoms from your friend, have the one night stand, and then it's like a rebound. That's a rebound.
Well, he
he
says that. He admits it. He admits
the rebound.
He admits it.
Had he just like broken up with his girlfriend or something?
No, he had one at the time, but unbeknownst
Wait, he had
to
a
me,
woman at the time?
A girlfriend, yes. He had many girlfriends. He played baseball. He had gazillions of girlfriends
MLB?
all over the
MLB?
place. No, AAA.
AAA, okay.
But he played for 16 years, so that's...
Wow, pitcher?
No, third base.
Third base. You gotta be careful, those third base guys.
At least he's not a shortstop.
No.
Take a bunch of women to third base.
He was that too at first. He started off.
Okay, but how long did it take for him to like make you his only girl? Like cut off the other girlfriends?
Oh God, a long time.
Really?
Well, I mean, I thought I was the only girl. In my mind, I was the only girl, but there were all kinds. So he probably wasn't monogamous to me till, I would say it was a good 5 years later.
5 years?
Oh, wow. 5 years.
Well, we did the long distance thing for a long time.
That's so
Were you okay? But were you dating other dudes?
Yeah.
That's the only difference between monogamy and polygamy.
But honestly, I only saw a couple guys because I'm not a big dater anyway. I don't go out with a lot of guys. My body count is 2 hands worth of people. That was never kind of my thing. And so but I was so hung up on him, it was hard for me to date other people because I'd meet them and it wasn't him. So I tried, but I just kind of hung in.
All right.